us on the SportsMax zone. First leg action in the final round of qualifiers for the UEFA Champions League group stage got underway earlier today. At the Parken Stadium in Denmark, FC Copenhagen hosted Turkish champions Trabzonspor. We have highlights.
Trabzonspor managed to secure his signature. Biel went over, no foul. Denswell hasn't really done his side any favours. Falk turns it square, and Copenhagen have the lead. Victor Claesson pokes home for the home side.
Went to close down, went to press. And I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Trabzonspor overplaying in their own defensive third.
It's a free header, and in at the back post. 2-0. Lucas Leraea with the second goal for FC Copenhagen.
They scored an early one in the first half, even earlier in the second.
Yeah, it was Favreau's little flick here.
With the officials, quite often Michael Oliver's wave things away.
Oh, deflected in! That could be huge. Trabzonspor have a goal. Anastasios Bakasetas.
But would that have beaten Matt Ryan? I don't think so. He's 30 yards out.
In it goes from Stig Larsson. And there goes Michael Oliver's whistle. It is a narrow advantage that FC Copenhagen have to take to Trabzon.
2-1 the advantage that the Danish team will take to Turkey for the return leg. At Ibrox in Scotland, Rangers hosted PSV Eindhoven.
A little bit more lift that time. There's a chance for Sangare, and he's buried it. Head down and hit.
Yeah, that corner he got it spot on. It's really dangerous, and they've got the big men piling in there, and it drops to Sangare on his left foot. And he just instinctively swivels on that and just hits it. Look at that.
Tavernier again. Pulled back. What a good finish from Cholak. The Rangers' response is swift and true.
That is really good movement. That ball from Stephen Davis is perfect, and Tavernier's got the presence of mind to cut that back, and then you're just relying on Cholak. Is it head down and hit it, or are you going to place it?
Surely not from there. He's having a go. Oh, and he's gone in! What an awful error from Walter Benitez. And PSV Eindhoven's Argentinian goalkeeper has a moment to forget.
Oh dear, I mean, that is as basic as it comes.
It's tall. Gakpo in. And it's a real chance, and it's headed in. PSV are level, and it's Armando Obispo got his head to it.
Well, it just still looks like he's going to make that change. There's too much room. There's no challenge there on Obispo at all. Look, totally unmarked. He just ghosted into that 6-yard area, and then that's a really good header.
Only been in the lead tonight for 3 minutes. Rangers in the lead for just 8 minutes. That's how little there's been between the teams. There have been more chances besides, and I'm sure there'll be more chances and more good football to enjoy in 8 days' time when they meet again in the Netherlands.
Yeah, a clash there between managers who used to, who destroyed the English Premier League for us. Van Bronckhorst at Arsenal, and of course Ruud van Nistelrooy in the colours of Manchester United. Now, the final Champions League qualifier on Tuesday saw Dynamo Zagreb travelling to the Asparma Stadium to tackle Bodo Glimt. The match ended 1-0, Bodo Glimt winning 1-0. Now, the Champions League qualifiers continue on Wednesday, and we have 3 games. Karabag are at home to Victoria Pleasant. Dynamo Kiev entertain Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa, they are at home to Crvena Zvezda, aka Red Star Belgrade. That goalkeeper holder is the only thing we have time to talk about from the Rangers PSV game. That looked like David De Gea in the goal.
George, you're being harsh.
No, I'm not being harsh. You saw the goal that De Gea conceded against Brentford, the first one?
That was one time.
Yeah, someone said in his own room as we leave the goalkeeper howler there, George, that Cristiano Ronaldo was having a close look at these qualifiers to see who he should call.
Well, he should sit down with all these names that are very difficult to pronounce and start calling them up one by one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though, Lance.
It perhaps should. All right, we're done with that for now. All right. All right, so the latest reports out of England say Cristiano Ronaldo is a divisive figure who's having a damaging effect on dressing room morale at Manchester United. Amid a woeful start to the EPL campaign, the reports say manager Erik ten Hag is ready to get rid of the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner. Ronaldo has been agitating for a move away from United for several weeks now. His agent, Jorge Mendes, has so far failed to find a club that is willing to take world football's most prolific goal scorer ever. Lady, gentlemen, what to do about the Ronaldo problem?
Well, I actually felt for some time that the Ronaldo problem had sort of simmered because I wanted to think that Manchester United had bigger problems than Cristiano Ronaldo. But now these news coming to the forefront, Cristiano Ronaldo now creating problems within the dressing room. It's not an additional problem that Manchester United would want to deal with, especially because the result hasn't been, the start that both of you would have wanted for the season. So for me, if you can get away for Cristiano Ronaldo to go, then by all means go. But isn't that the same narrative that we heard coming into the season? They will allow him to go, but there is nowhere to go. So I don't understand why this is a new angle to the story. It's the same old angle. He can go, but where does he go?
Well, to internalize it, the issue is a little beyond that, because is it that they want him to stay or not, whether he has somewhere to go or not? And I would suspect that the management of the team would be best placed to assess whether he is in fact a divisive figure in the setup, because it's hard for us to stay here thousands of miles away and make profound comments about the impact or the relationship he has with his teammates. The coaches are there. The management of the team should have the expertise to assess if Ronaldo's presence in the setup is, as we are hearing, as divisive as it is, because it would hurt Man United if that is so. And on the surface of it, it would appear logical that if he doesn't want to be there, everything about his posture and mannerism in the setup would, make things not ideal for Man United to flourish. But I would think, the people in charge must know whether he's divisive or not and move accordingly.
Fact of the matter is this. Ronaldo has a damaging effect on the Manchester United dressing room. I agree with that. I was saying that from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there. Pre-season. People say, don't pay attention to pre-season. But it's what to draw from pre-season, because pre-season are football games and teams don't play pre-season to lose the games or to not play well. Everybody's trying to play well to get fit.
Pre-seasons have become very serious.
Yes. When Manchester United did not have Ronaldo with them was during the pre-season. The team looked different from the team that we saw in the opening game against Brighton and in the second game against Brentford. It looked a different team. Attitude-wise, different. The quality of the play, different. Ronaldo comes back for the Atletico Madrid friendly. And from that time till now, the team has looked like the team that finished the Premier League season, limped over the finish line with that final day loss to Crystal Palace. And the then manager, Ralph Rangnick, saying that the team needed open heart surgery. Yeah? Ronaldo's presence in the dressing room is divisive in that the players know that he doesn't put in the hard yards on the field that they are expected to. So there's professional resentment at that. And then they are constrained to hit out, because how can you disrespect a legend? Because he is a legend of football, not just Manchester United and Real Madrid and Juventus. He's a legend of world football. So they know that they can't disrespect him, because to disrespect him would be to attract the kind of negative headlines and would be to attract backlash. So you are in a position where someone is making the dressing room unstable because of their own selfish ambitions. And if anybody was unsure about whether or not Ronaldo was selfish, they confirmed that by hearing him say at the start, well in advance of the window opening, that he wanted out. He doesn't want to be here. I don't want to play with this team anymore. I don't want to be with these guys. So the players know he really doesn't want to be here. He sees us as inferior. He doesn't want to be us. He doesn't want to join in the struggle. That makes it worse for the players, knowing that there's a player in their midst. Usually when there's a guy in your midst like that, you can step forward and confront him. Who can confront Ronaldo? Especially when you have a captain as out of form as Harry Maguire is.
Oh, you're being kind, George.
Yes.
Well, he can't speak to anybody.
No, but I'm sure George doesn't want to say out of form. George, say what you want to say.
Well, I was going to say as rubbish as Harry Maguire.
No,
but
that sounds
but
yes.
In the 2 games we've played, there have been guys more rubbish than him. So I just give him a pass for that moment. So I'm saying, you don't have a dressing room where there's a figure in the team that can talk to Ronaldo and say, Cristiano, you came back, you are here. We know that you're here passing time when your agent tries to work in the background to get you a move out. Be professional, be respectful. Nobody can speak to him because nobody has the clout in terms of solidity of performance or seniority at the club to speak to him. The young players are scared to death of him, and it just has this draining effect. Pre-season was coming together, harmony was coming together, then he drops this bombshell, I don't want to be here next season. And from that time till now, bad vibes. It has a poisonous effect. When a leg gets gangrened, it starts changing color and it starts rotting from the hip or wherever down. It goes down. It doesn't go bad overnight. Manchester United is now a gangrenous limb that has to be cut off to save the body. And the gangrenous limb that needs to go is CR7. CR7's legacy is assured. If the world ends today, those who come after us, the aliens or whomever, will see CR7 as a legend of football. He has nothing left to prove. There's nothing that can undo what he has done in football, but he is bad for Manchester United and he's bad for the dressing room, and the players are in a bad situation that they can't hit out against, and that makes things worse. He has to go.
Yeah, well...
So the Zone has become a sci-fi show, George?
Yes, it is.
You just talked about aliens?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Aliens, yeah.
Yes.
All right, well, we're staying with
and gangrenous limbs.
This is not a sci-fi show, and Schoolboy Football returns in Jamaica on September 10. And teams are engaging in pre-season tournaments to get match fitness and build team chemistry. One such pre-season tournament was the Ali Cole Invitational, held last Friday and Saturday at Excelsior High School. Our reporter, Gerard Morris-Sealy, was there.
We are less than a month away from the start of schoolboy football season in Jamaica. And as usual, teams are fine-tuning preparations by contesting various pre-season competitions. Over the weekend, 12 teams from both the Manning and the Costa Cups competed in the Ali Cole Cup at Excelsior High School. The tournament is named after a former captain, Alan Cole Jr., who passed away suddenly in 2018. The competition was held over 2 days with the teams separated into 2 zones, competing in shortened matches, 10 minutes per half. Camperdown High were the eventual winners, beating 2-time defending champions Excelsior on penalties after a 1-1 regulation scoreline. Their coach, Donovan Lofters, says the preparation doesn't stop there.
We have a lot of work, a lot of things to work on. We plan to camp for another week out of town, so I can sharpen them and sharpen the blades and get them going As you know, we can see about 3 goals, and it's all goalkeeper fault, eh? And he's young, he's just 16 years old, so we expect that. So it's just time for me to get in his head, get him ready again, and get him organized. Yeah, I lost a few players, you know, because they didn't follow the contract, eh? They stopped coming to school, they started doing schoolwork, so I lost at least 7 players, 7 starters. But this is like Colts and Pepsi right now, but they are learning the game and they are understanding the philosophy. And I'm happy that they are confident now because they have won a cup. So let's see how far we can go.
Philip Williams, who guides perennial Manning Cup contender St. Andrew Technical, also expressed satisfaction at how the tournament unfolded.
But I mean, any practice right now is good practice. The games are very short, so what we have done is to create scenarios in terms of match situation and give the youngsters to play towards. And it's a learning experience for them. Definitely, it's a young team, and these scenarios, these 20 minutes, definitely they will learn a lot from it.
Tournament organizers Carlton Hammond and Christopher Bailey shared their thoughts about the tournament.
Well, so far, tournament has been good. Teams are playing some good football. They're putting on the ball. You know, as I can see, it's only 1-0 game. Every game is 1-0 or 0-0 draw. So it's a really competitive tournament. 20 minutes of competitive football. Ready for schoolboy pre-season, ready for Manning Cup and the Costa Cup.
Well, it's very important to know. Like my CEO said, the competition is going on well. So when you start gelling in a competition like this, you get to know your players. Like, for example, he used to play midfield. He knew where to play the ball to me. So by us playing together like this, miracles, wonders, all things are possible. And as we say, love in the house.
Schoolboy football returns to your home of champions on September 10.